Hey guys, it's Farm Friday. I hope y'all are all having a great day. It has been a busy day here on the farm at Savvy Organics Farm, and we got our chick delivery for Trinity Hay Market so we can raise those pullets for those guys. And been doing a lot of other chores around here. Had several visitors come out and pick up produce and microgreens and other things from us today, and of course eggs. So let me show you a few of the projects, and I'll show you a couple of clips from the Trinity guys delivering the birds. I hear all the peeping going on.
Yeah.
Looks like our chick delivery has arrived.
It has arrived.
How do they look?
Well, they look, they look like they're all alive. Yeah, they look like they're all alive. But we've got to do this time a little bit more scientific than I normally do it.
Yeah?
I've been scolded for not counting them to begin with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 bucks. So we're going to get all the bucks out. Now, do you think, is there any way to make this warmer? I mean, it's awfully cold for them.
Yeah, let's see if I can...
I mean, once the top goes down.
Yeah, once the top goes down, that'll do it. But the other thing, in the cold weather, with this light, I put a tarp over this, and that holds the heat in from the light. It will warm up. I'll grab the tarp.
Good.
And these guys will be fine.
3. Sorry, it's such a cold day. Do this, kitties.
A small bit of progress made for an update on this new, what's going to be an apothecary type herb garden. I pulled out these 2 rose bushes and we're going to relocate those guys. So I got that part done today. But next is to do some soil work and relocate the fountain, and we'll keep working on that. We had so much rain last week. It was just crazy how much rain we got. Just lots of rain and non-stop for a few days. But one of the projects that finished up today was from all the rain. Let me show you the chickens. They were here, and you can see I still have some standing water where they were. So I've relocated these guys today to some fresh ground, and they are happily taking their dust bath in the DE. Got all their nest boxes cleaned out, gathered the eggs, and they are fed and happy. So a little bit drier ground for them, and they'll be fertilizing this area, getting it ready for our spring crops. So another project that we worked on, if you've seen our previous videos, we relocated. The asparagus was out here where this silage tarps are right now, but we relocated and made these 2 new beds, and so these guys are doing really good. In fact, we've got a few asparagus trying to spring up in here. I think it's spring. It is January 20 something and 71 degrees. Go figure, no winter at all. Got all the berries trimmed up, and except for this project has taken a little while just because it's kind of difficult. It takes time to do it. These are our boysenberries, and we started down, actually my wife did, she started down on this end and is trying to get them pulled up to see what we need to prune or get them straightened up. So we got them where they're all kind of sagging down here and trying to plant themselves in the ground. We've pulled out a bunch that we'll either transplant or sell at one of the markets. But slow but steady progress getting the boysenberries cleaned up. Our fields are still covered in cover crop, and the cover crop of ryegrass is doing really good. We had submitted to the Texas A&M Agricultural Extension our 4 soil samples for sort of 4 quadrants in our market garden area, and I got those results today, and happily the only thing missing, oddly enough, even with the chickens, is we got some areas where the nitrogen is low, and but the other mineral contents and things seem to be pretty good, and so we're happy about that. We're gonna continue working on that, and I think by adding the cover crop in and some other nitrogen sources and keeping the chickens rotating out there, we'll be just fine on nitrogen by the time it's time to plant. So I mentioned those boysenberries that we started pulling out, and my wife has put in these 2 buckets here, some that we'll be able to transplant, or if you're in our area and you want some boysenberry cuttings, a lot of these are already rooted. Feel free to ask us about those. So my next project this afternoon is going to be to start some microgreens again. We have sold and eaten a lot of them that we had growing in here, and we had an event here that we did some free samples. Basil is still going strong, hasn't gotten large enough to harvest yet. The beets are looking good, they're still not quite large enough. Same with the amaranth. Amaranth is doing really good as a microgreen and looking beautiful. Peas we have harvested. This is the second growth, so we'll usually get 2, sometimes 3 harvests out of a tray of microgreen peas. So those are doing well. But I got blank spaces in here. Our sunflowers and kale and broccoli and cabbage and radishes need to get started today, so I'll get on with that next. Well, it took about an hour. I got the microgreens restocked, so the cabbage, nasturtiums, broccoli, kale, arugula, and started the new batch of peas, sunflowers, there's the older batch, so, oh, and radishes. So I got another batch of radishes going. So these guys are set, and in a week and a half, we'll have plenty of fresh produce again. Getting cool outside. I had to put my flannel shirt back on. Sun's going down and getting cool. I'm headed out to feed the chickens and the horse and donkey and get those guys taken care of for tonight. And just want to mention, we will be, Savvy Organics Farm, we will be at the Trinity Hay Market February 15th. There's going to be a pop-up market there. So we will hopefully see some of you guys there. If you're in our area, stop by the Trinity Hay Market February 15th and visit with us. We'd love to hear you. And I will also post the part 3 and part 4 in the next few days of the class we did with Val Nolan on your garden soil prep for the best spring garden ever and 4 easy steps. That's going to wrap it up for me today. Talk to you soon.